Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're at Mobile Congress 2016 and Sony unveiled three different devices. The Xperia X line, the Xperia XA, the Xperia X, and the Xperia X Performance. All three devices have some unique characteristics, going from the MediaTek processor on the Xperia XA to the Snapdragon 650 on the Xperia X and the Snapdragon 820 on the Xperia X Performance. Three devices that are basically, if you notice that the screen size is about the same, overall performance-wise we're running 2 gigs of RAM, 3 gigs of RAM on the two devices that are on the higher end. As far as the displays, we're running 1080p on these devices, and then we're running a 720p display. Main aesthetics, when we put the devices next to each other, we'll notice that basically all devices have the same. They're dedicated camera buttons. We have the volume rocker that's a little bit up on the Xperia XA. The fingerprint sensor is present on both the Xperia X and the X Performance. And as far as on the other side, we have the same configuration. Essentially, it's the open flap that you'll be able to add your SD card / SIM, or the ability of going 2 SIMs as if you don't want to use an SD card on some areas, depending on the market. On the bottom, only the XA does have a speaker at the bottom with the connection micro USB at the bottom with a microphone. The additional ones only have micro USB connections. The reason for that is both the X and the X Performance have front-facing speakers, which is what we're normally used to seeing on flagship devices from Sony, similar to the Xperia Z5. And this is the Z5 Premium, of course, so we can just do a quick comparison in size here. The devices themselves are almost identical in cosmetics as far as the X and the X Performance. We'll go ahead and switch over to the back. Most of the major differences here is the material, and we're going to notice here between the two, now this is obviously the rose pink, or the pink here, and then the metallic brush. There's a metallic brush here, and I hope you can see this on the camera. This actually is one of the two different textures that are available only on the Xperia X Performance. Of course, we're running as far as performance-wise and information, we'll go ahead and unlock the device, go directly into the actual information here. We don't seem to have the actual spec. Oh, here it is. So this is the Xperia X Performance. As we see, it's a 5-inch display, 1080p, full 1080p display, triluminous display for mobile. We have 23 megapixel back-facing camera, and we have a 13 megapixel front-facing camera, again comparable to the one on the Xperia X. As far as battery, we're running a slightly bigger battery at 2700 milliamp with Sony Stamina Mode. Approximately over 2 days worth of usage. The performance, we're running the 820 64-bit quad-core custom, 2 sets of quad-core processors, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gig of internal storage with expandable, and of course over 64. And of course we can have the option of doing dual SIM. We do have the ability here on the this is the capability of up to 200 gigs on the SD card. The audio resolution, of course, we have digital audio, high-res audio, and then of course PS4 compatible, NFC, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, IP65 and IP68 rating on the Xperia X Performance only, as the Xperia X does not have that rating as far as being waterproof. Performance on this device is very, very nice. We'll look forward right here. We'll go down real quick into the software. Actually, we'll go in and check the software real quick. We are running Android 6.0.1, December 1st, 2015 security patch. As far as the UI, it's pretty much standard Xperia UI. You have the ability of theming it. Let's go ahead and check out the camera real quick. Again, we're promised here very good performance, very quick auto-focusing. We'll just say yes. And we'll allow, we'll say deny at this point. Cancel. So, performance-wise, we're looking here is just basically the camera itself. Of course, we can go over to, this is the Superior Auto, standardized performance from the camera itself. We're able to flip it to the back-facing. How you guys doing? And very, very nice, very easy. The camera itself, again, as far as the UI from the Xperia X Performance and the Xperia X is pretty much identical, and then what we get here with the Xperia XA is basically more of a budget-friendly version of the device. Again, MediaTek processor overall, very, very nice. Let's go ahead and actually, this one, and here it is. As far as the main differences here, we're looking at a 13 megapixel camera, 8 megapixel back-facing camera, 2300 milliamp hour battery, and of course the MediaTek MT6755 processor, 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of onboard storage, expandable up to 200 gigs. Of course, single firing speaker at the bottom, no stereo speakers on this one, but the camera itself also promises to perform quite well for the price point that this device is going to be, as far as the actually just getting really good performance. Anyways, keep it here with XDA, guys. Check out the forums again, as usual, with all the devices that we're covering for you guys here. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. These are new devices that are coming up. No actual announcement of actually when the devices will be available. Sometime in the near future. Keep it here with XDA, and I'll see you guys in the next one.